Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to my channel. Today we are cooking a spicy and a really simple dish of potatoes with capsicum. In India we know it as Aloo Shimla Mirch. Now whenever I'm preparing this dish or whenever I'm eating it, it evokes really strong memories since I took it to school quite often as lunch, and this would form part of my sustenance in those days with some sort of Indian bread, generally a paratha. I still relate this to those years and prefer eating it with a paratha as I did back then. So let's begin. To prepare this dish, I have taken 4 medium-sized potatoes that have been peeled and cut into cubes as you see. These have also been washed thoroughly and dried. I have taken 4 moderately sized capsicum that have been cut into small wedges as you see. Now personally I love the seeds, but I also know people who go to great lengths to remove them. If you are cooking this for the first time and haven't tasted it before, I would suggest you keep the seeds of capsicum and cook with them instead, and maybe from next time you can improvise based on how this experience goes. I have pureed 4 big tomatoes, and to this I have also added a cup of water that I used to wash the mixing jar. About tomatoes, I want to tell you that in Indian market you may find at least 4 to 5 varieties of it, but broadly we put them into 2 baskets. These prolate spheroid shaped type, we refer to them as Bombay tomatoes. These are good at providing substance to gravy and will make it thick. The other ones, which are sort of oblate spheroid shape, are ones we know as desi tomatoes, and these are comparatively more tart. The puree that I have prepared, I have used 2 of each in hope that it should provide good balance. I would suggest you to use tomatoes based on your experience and the kind of local produce that you have in your area. Let me turn on the flame first. I'll be cooking this dish in this small cooker. After the cooker is warm and dry, I'm adding 5 spoonfuls of groundnut oil. You can also use mustard oil for this, it would taste just as good. I will let the oil heat for about 2 minutes and add the potatoes first for frying. It's important that you let the oil heat and only then add potatoes. In cold oil you'll find that potatoes will stick to cooker's surface. I will saute potatoes for a good 6 to 7 minutes and will stir them intermittently to have an even fry. To give it that good Indian color, I will add a teaspoon of turmeric. Now don't be too generous with turmeric as it can spoil the dish. After reducing the flame, I will add a spoonful of red chili powder. I've reduced the flame to prevent red chili from burning. You can also add a pinch of Kashmiri mirch. It would give a nice red color to your dish. It's really optional. I'm also adding a spoonful of salt. I'll give it a stir to cook the turmeric, and will add the tomato puree, and this will prevent the chili from burning. At this point I will increase the flame to high and let the puree and water boil. I will put the lid on and let the cooker whistle for 3 times. At this point, I'm removing the steam since I don't want overcooked potatoes. I would not advise you about the number of whistles that you should use to cook potatoes. Some potatoes may be harder than others, so use your own discretion depending on the kind of potatoes that you have at hand. I had turned the flame off for removing the steam. I'll light the flame again and check the potatoes if they are cooked or not. I found them to be a tad bit hard, but we can cook them without the lid now, and we'll cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes on low flame. I want the consistency to be somewhat dry, so I will ensure that all the water has dried out before I put in the capsicum. At the point it's completely dry, you will observe that the oil will start getting separated. This is just the right time to add capsicum. If the potatoes have cooked, I'll add the capsicum and give it a stir. To finish it off, I'll add a dash of coarsely ground garam masala. Now the cooker is still hot and there will be some carryover cooking, and I like capsicum to be crunchy, so I will turn off the flame and will let it cook in the residual heat of the cooker. So that's how I prepare potatoes with capsicum. I hope you liked the video. Do let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed the recipe. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.